So today we're going to officially launch our newest segment. The segment is called Uncaged. In it, we take the fighter out of the fight, and we take him outside the cage. Today we're looking at life outside the cage, and we are talking to Smilen Sam Alvey. So, Sam, seeing as you have a wife and kids, you've probably been forced to watch some movies you didn't want to see, and because you're a human being, you've probably accidentally liked some of those movies. So, Sam, we want to know today, what are your top 3 guilty pleasure movies? What do you got for number 1?
All right, well, I like musicals for some reason. I don't know why. I love musicals. And Moulin Rouge, that is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Ooh, Moulin!
I don't know how it did in the theater, but I love it.
So Moulin Rouge, so definitely a more of a critically acclaimed movie than most that would probably be on a guilty pleasure list. However, maybe not exactly what we're expecting for a cage fighter. Probably wouldn't love Moulin Rouge. The old 90s flick, Moulin Rouge, at this point?
I think it's like 99 or 98. Yeah, and
yeah.
I watch it, 4 or 5 times a year.
4 or 5 times a year? That is a hell of a lot of time. All right, number 2, what would you put it on?
Number 2, it's again, I love the musicals. I know it just came out, and it may not be. It's not fighterish. People like the movie, but I probably shouldn't. But the new The Greatest Showman did well. People liked it, but I know I'm not supposed to, being as I'm a guy and I'm a big badass fighter and all that. But I loved it.
Well, you know what, too?
I listened to the soundtrack. I listen to the soundtrack 2-3 times a week. I watched it. I mean, I bought it the day it came out. I watch it. My kids love it. My kids know the whole thing, and they're only 4, 3, and 1.
Well, if we're talking about a badass movie though, that a fighter shouldn't like, and you have to go into the musical genre, I would say one that's led by Wolverine is okay for a fighter. No?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope I don't have to turn in any national IDs or man cards or anything. I love it.
All right. So number 2 was The Greatest Showman, and then number 3.
All right, I've been bending your rules a little bit because I've been picking good movies that I just shouldn't like but do. So I'm going to bend a little bit. The Fast and the Furious movies. I understand they're all terrible. The writing is bad, the acting is no good, and all that. But I have watched all of them many times. I don't know why I like those terrible movies, but I do. I like them a lot.
All right, so The Fast and the Furious is pretty bad. Now, we could use The Fast and the Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, The Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, Fast 5, Fast 6, Furious 7, and The Fate and the Furious. So, which of the actors in that is your favorite? Because there's a lot of classic ones in there. Which one is your best bad actor?
The Rock. I love The Rock. I don't care what his political leanings were. If he were to run, I would vote for him. If he is in a movie, I will be there opening day. I saw Rampage opening day. I saw anything he's in. The Tooth Fairy is fantastic. Anything with The Rock, I'm going to be a fan of.
Do you see the new Jumanji one?
Oh, yeah. I thought it was great. It was so much better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be terrible. I thought it was going to be kind of hokey and just cashing in on a big name. But that movie was fantastic, almost better than the original.
Yeah, I went in with low expectations, but I did like the new Jumanji movie quite a bit. So once again, recapping here for Mr. Smilen Sam Alvey, his 3 favorite guilty pleasure movies are Moulin Rouge, The Greatest Showman, and then any of the Fast and the Furious. Sam, thanks for the time, man.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on, my friend.